Well, I just realized that it's been 4 months since I've done my last dedicated fragrance review. Hey guys, Manny back here with another video on the CascadeScents fragrance station, and this one of course is for a review. It's for Gypsy Water by Byredo. Now again, I haven't done this in a while, so we might as well not waste any time, and we'll get to Gypsy Water starting with its presentation.
Here you have a white sleeve on white box. It opens up like this, got your bottle here, and a message from Byredo founder Ben Gorham, which is a nice touch. More on the bottle. I love the rounded cylindrical look with the spherical magnetic cap, very clean, and the sprayer is top notch as well. Not a whole lot to complain about here. If you're into a minimalist yet luxurious design, then you'll love this presentation in hand. Now let's get to the scent category, shall we? The stars of Gypsy Water's opening are the fresh lemon and bergamot, as well as the woody juniper. Minutes in though, as you start to lose the fresher aquatic properties, this stuff gets pretty piney with the pine needles, and I really love this medium stage. You guys know that I already love coniferous scents, and this right here is second to none. Around the 30-minute to an hour mark, in comes the sandalwood and vanilla while maintaining that fresh foresty feel. At this point, believe it or not, the scent reminds me of a London fog latte, which mainly consists of hot water, Earl Grey tea, milk, and a shot of vanilla syrup. It's delicious. And then from here, Gypsy Water becomes creamier and sweeter, which I actually don't mind from the base. Overall, as far as the scent goes, Gypsy Water is very well balanced and very well blended. Moving on to the performance category, Gypsy Water has a decent scent cloud with its aquatic woody opening, but that's about it as far as projection. Come dry down territory 1 hour in, this stuff is very much in the skin scent range, which is sad because I think the dry down is awesome. I wish this stuff, if anything, had the sandalwood base note projection strength of a Reflection Man by Amouage, for example. That stuff for me still has a scent cloud and good sillage even after 4 to 5 hours of wear, and I love that. More on Gypsy Water though. Talking about its longevity, it's also really average. We're talking a lifespan of 6 to 7 hours tops within standard conditions / temperature of transition seasons like spring and autumn. I'd say that these are the optimal times to use Gypsy Water because the notes are evocative of those seasons, but Gypsy Water is actually light enough to use during the summer heat as well for me, which I definitely did. And that's where I would actually get 8 to 9 hours of longevity and a tad bit stronger projection and sillage overall. Naturally transitioning into versatility, Gypsy Water is not heavy enough for my southern Canadian winter and is not aquatic enough as a bona fide summer juice. So again, it is definitely a spring and autumn fragrance. Occasion wise, it's great though, great for casual use and for work because it's fairly inoffensive scent wise. But I actually love using this stuff on a warmer night out, believe it or not. I think it comes off as super interesting and flattering without being too outlandish as far as performance. But if you're going to a formal event per se, I'd probably reach for something a little bit more directly flattering. All in all though, I think Gypsy Water does what I want it to as far as versatility. That being said, can Gypsy Water please crowds though? Let's talk about compliments. There's seemingly always something within this scent for most people who notice it to turn their heads at. If people unsolicitedly ask me what I am wearing instead of just, "You smell fresh" and or "You smell nice," then that is a really good compliment for me. And that happens a decent amount of time with Gypsy Water, which I really can't complain about. And I'd say it's a good mix of girls and guys who ask about this scent for themselves to wear, which I think is really cool. The final category is value. Is Gypsy Water really worth it? As of this video's upload date, a 100 ml presentation like this one retails for around $230 US, and I'd say that is very borderline for being worth it. Of course, for still somewhat rugged conditions like my southern Canadian spring or autumn, you'd want this stuff to perform for more than 6 hours-ish, and it barely does. So take this with a grain of salt because again, you typically know that I would like a scent like this. I will say that it is worth it for me alone on scent at least. I also say that because I can't seem to find anything else that is reminiscent of this scent at this price range or less. Now on to my overall rating for Gypsy Water by Byredo. Gypsy Water is without a doubt one of the finest Byredos for me, as well as one of the prettiest sandalwood vanilla fragrances out there, period. Based on scent alone, because it's pretty much my dream fragrance notes and stage-wise, it's a 10 out of 10, but I cannot officially give it that. It's most reminiscent of the spring and autumn, but it doesn't perform as well as my other spring and autumn favorites, which is where I'd like it to be. As a result, Byredo's Gypsy Water gets knocked a point down, and it is officially a 9 out of 10 now. While not perfect specs-wise, I'll go as far as to say this, that Gypsy Water is now my most beloved scent ever. And now I'm about to go on a tangent, so here's a tiny story about how I feel about this scent. I always enjoyed watching some fragrance-related content, despite not having access to new scents where I lived prior to my YouTube debut in December of 2015. But since debuting here on YouTube, I've been able to befriend some awesome people from all over the world, and some of them I would consider friends for life now. We not only talk about fragrances and introduce various fragrances to each other, but through learning about each other's preferences and why we have them, we also learn about each other on a life basis. Among my peers of whom I befriended online are Evan and Krista over at the YouTube channel Modern Scents. It was they who introduced me to this beautiful scent, and for that I am forever grateful. So not only am I grateful because Gypsy Water is what I wanted out of any fragrance all along, but it's now also a symbol of the friendship I've formed with Modern Scents and the many other relationships that I have forged throughout my YouTube fragrance journey. And there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on Gypsy Water by Byredo.
Sorry again about the tangent, guys. I really wanted to emphasize why I do feel so strongly about this juice though. But how do you feel about Gypsy Water? Please tell me in the comments section below. And also tell me if you thought my review was fair or not, or if you enjoyed it. As always, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet, if you want to support more great fragrance content. And hopefully I see you next time. Thanks again for watching this review on Gypsy Water, and take care. Peace out. Bye. Bro, totally respectable. Envisioning how I would do this in my own house, I'd kind of use fresher scents like Voyage by Nautica for the bathrooms or the laundry room.